data management for optimized service delivery. Nigerian Navy arrests 6 suspects with 677 drums of PMS, reiterates its commitments to stem illegal business on waterways. Plus, stakeholders in the tourism sector converge on Calabar to re-strategize on repositioning the sector. Details in just a moment. Good evening and welcome to Nta Calabar News at 7. I am Ode Alenyo, and now the news in details. The Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade has called for improved data management system in the health sector for optimized service delivery across the 18 local government areas of the state and the country. Governor Ayade was speaking during the flag-off ceremony of the Community Health Management Information System in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, aims at strengthening energy between the state and federal government. The governor was represented by the Director General of the Cross River State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Nta Calabar, said quality and precise data remains the bedrock of effective policy planning and implementation. Dr. Calabar said the government of Cross River State have over the years leveraged on optimized data collection and synchronization using homegrown principles which are relative to various communities with best standard practices being upheld. She noted that there must be a formidable program and policies to ensure the generation of quality and reliable data by taking advantage of programs like the Community Health Intervention Program, Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, which are designed to bridge health services delivery gap and approaches at the grassroots by creating demand for available health services at the health centers. Stakeholders in the tourism sector in Nigeria are currently on a roundtable brainstorming on how and why the tourism sector degraded to the point it is in Nigeria, with emphasis on Cross River State. The roundtable is equally strategizing to reposition Cross River State tourism through industry connectivity. Details of that.
In 2019, the tourism industry in Nigeria represented 4% of the nation's GDP, and economic activity supported nearly 3.3 million jobs. And in Cross River State, the once upon a time tourism destination of Nigeria is today only a history to be told and be remembered. Beyond the negative impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the economy, including the tourism sector, the roundtable highlights factors hindering tourism development to include insecurity, unfavorable government policies, and multiple taxation, among other factors. In all of these, stakeholders believe solutions are not far-fetched and the industry can bounce back.
We have the understanding that for every destination, a tourism destination, to deliver on what it's supposed to be, it must carry those attributes of a competitive destination.
First thing is to create that consciousness at the national level, because when tourism is not recognized by the federal government, then it shows the disposition of the nation to tourism.
We're saying the federal government should listen to the practitioners, because the practitioners are the only ones who can tell you where it's hurting and what you can do for them to make them stand.
It is time to begin to ask that government will play their role in creating policies that will allow private sector to thrive.
Presentations were made on the role of stakeholders in capitalizing competitiveness of destination Cross River and strategies for manpower development to fill Cross River tourism and hospitality skills gap. The theme for Cross River Tourism Roundtable is repositioning Cross River tourism through industry connectivity. In Calabar, Maureen Leo Ajom, NTA News.
The Nigerian Navy has reiterated its commitment to stem illegal business transactions on waterways across the country. Commander NNS Victory Calabar Komodo Ifeanyi Opala said this while handing over documents of 6 suspects and 677 drums of premium motor spirit apprehended during the patrol of the operatives of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Cross River State Command, Uduak Etum. reports that the PMS valued at 11.7 million naira.
The arrest of 6 suspects with 3 wooden boats and 677 drums of illegal suspected premium motor spirit seized by operatives of the Nigerian Navy was made possible through the routine patrol of the force on the 13th of June 2022. While handing over documents of the suspect and seized items to the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, a representative of the NNS Victory Calabar noted that the arrest was made along Ikang-Bakassi waterways.
And in relation to an operation that was launched 3 months ago by the Nigerian Navy called Operation Nta Calabar. It was during such patrols that these criminals were intercepted along Ikang Channel. From intelligence, I think the products are being smuggled out from Ikang to the neighboring country of Cameroon.
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps assured that the suspects who are presently at the Nigerian Correctional Service for safekeep would be prosecuted in accordance with the law.
A very wonderful synergy with the Nigerian Navy, to be precise, here in Calabar. We're going to do a preliminary investigation and to know the next step to take. 6 suspects, they will definitely be charged to court, and the court will do that which it needs to do.
The security agency, however, commended the Nigerian Navy for its efforts at ensuring that criminal activities are reduced in the nation's waterways and affirmed its synergy in curbing crimes. In Calabar, Udwak Etam, NTA News.
The Niger State government has confirmed that terrorists have invaded a mining site located at Ajata Aboki village via Grumana ward of Shiruru local government area, and a joint security team were mobilized to the scene in response to the distress call. A statement issued by the Commissioner for Internal Security and Humanitarian Affairs, Emmanuel Umaru, indicates that the joint security team engaged the terrorists and yet to be a certain number of casualties from both sides were recorded. However, an unspecified number of workers in the mining site, including 4 Chinese nationals, were reportedly abducted. Meanwhile, some of those injured, including security personnel that sustained various degrees of injuries, have been taken to a government medical facility in the state for treatment. Meanwhile, the Niger State government has commensurate with the head of security agencies in the state and the families of the slain personnel. The state government assures that their sacrifices will not go in vain. The state government also acknowledged the effort of the joint security operatives and that of the communities towards stemming the spate of insecurity in parts of the state. Hence, security personnel are enjoined not to be discouraged in discharging their sacred duties of protecting citizens against all forms of threat, as government will continue to be steadfast in providing them with the needed support and logistics. Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello has therefore directed that the security agencies should go all out to ensure the safe return of the kidnapped victims. President Muhammadu Buhari has given assurances of a free hand to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), reiterating the commitment of his administration to ensure that the commission delivers peaceful, transparent, free, fair and credible election next year. Speaking at a meeting with representatives from Nigerians living in Portugal, the president said, with the conclusion of the primaries of the political parties, all eyes are now on the 2023 elections in Nigeria. The House of Representatives has passed for second reading a bill that seeks the establishment of Electoral Offences Tribunal in Nigeria. The bill also seeks the establishment of National Electoral Offences Commission. Contained in the bill are provisions for investigation and prosecution of electoral offences towards the general improvement of electoral processes in the country for sanity and credibility. The bill, sponsored by House Leader and 4 other members, is critical and of significance to the Amendment Electoral Act 2022. Delay due to several adjournments, cost of litigation, and the cumbersome process of resolving judicial disputes in Nigeria have necessitated a paradigm shift towards less cumbersome processes of settling disputes among litigants. The National Judicial Institute has taken the bull by the horn by initiating a training for judges and caddies manning the superior courts of records on the use of alternative dispute resolution method for the settlement of judicial disputes. The administrator of the institute, Justice Salihu Garba, said adoption of alternative dispute resolution remains a cardinal pillar of the multi-door court system being championed by the Nigerian judiciary. Alternative dispute resolution is already in operation in several jurisdictions in the country. You are watching news reaching you live from the studio of Nta Calabar. You can watch this newscast on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Nta Calabar. We'll go on a short break. We'll be back shortly. Don't go away. Welcome back to the rest of our bulletin. The National Population Commission has assured Nigerians and the international community of its readiness to conduct a credible and acceptable population and housing census next year. Federal Commissioner, National Population Commission, Benue State, Mrs. Patricia, gave the assurance at the opening of a training workshop for field personnel on the trial census for the 2023 population and house census in Makurdi. Ashezi Gope reports.
The trial census, also known as the census dress rehearsal, is one of the pre-census activities, a process in which all census operations will be tested in a detailed and comprehensive manner. It is to ensure the exercise does not lose focus that this workshop is held to properly train enumerators and supervisors at the state level to be taught rudiment alongside the necessary skills with practical demonstrations of operations in the field.
The Commission has introduced new technologies such as the Census Pad and CS Pro to ensure that the upcoming trial census serves as a good rehearsal that will make the 2023 population and housing census credible, reliable, and acceptable.
Key players and officials of the Commission are of the view that the training workshop will create a platform towards fully equipping a solid manpower for the exercise.
Be very sincere with whatever you are going to do in the field. In every human endeavor, you always find challenges. And your ability to adapt and surmount those challenges makes you who you are.
We are confident that you are patriotic Benue State citizens and citizens of Nigeria, and you are going to do just that which we are all going to go through for the next 10, 11 days here.
It is hoped that the objective of the workshop will impact positively on all aspects of the preparation and execution of the 2023 population and housing census. In Makurdi, Ashezi Gupep, NTA News.
Governor Samuel Otom has charged the newly inaugurated local government council chairman of the 23 local government areas to lay aside partisanship and brace up towards providing dividends of democracy to the people. The governor gave the charge when he swore in the council chairman alongside one permanent secretary and a special advisor at the government house Makurdi. Charles Abba reports.
Supporters and family members of the newly elected local government council chairman, together with those of the recently appointed special advisor and permanent secretary, converged on the tennis court of the government house Makurdi to witness the swearing-in ceremony. Governor Samuel Otom, who performed the inauguration ceremony, harped on the need to focus on policies, programs and projects that are beneficial to the electorate. He charged the 23 local government council chairmen to avoid unilateral decisions but operate in accordance with democratic tenets.
You should give priority to payment of teachers, local government areas, traditional council. These and other statutory obligations should be put on first-line charge to ensure the seamless operations of the local government council.
The newly elected chairman, Goma Local Government Council, and the special advisor, Friday Abulu, who spoke on behalf of the council chairman and the permanent secretary respectively, pledged to work together with all stakeholders and the people to provide good governance.
We must make sure that all the yearnings, aspirations, and all the policies that are manifested by the PDP are going to be carried through.
I've folded my sleeves that I'm going to learn a lot as I've been given this opportunity to work under him.
The tenure of the council chairman lasts for 2 years. In Makudi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
The National Inland Waterways Authority is re-strategizing on ways to best achieve optimal exploration of the nation's waterways for economic development. This was at a meeting by the new NIWA Board of Directors in Lokoja. Solomon Ayedihin has details.
Research shows that Nigeria is endowed with over 10,000 kilometers of waterways, with only 30% of these all year navigable. It is to achieve the mandate of expanding the inland waterways and solve associated problems that the National Inland Waterways Authority held an inaugural meeting of the Board of Directors in Lokoja, the Kogi State capital. The Managing Director, NIWA, George Mogalu, listed other challenges confronting the organization to include inadequate funding, poor infrastructure, channel management, and litigations.
We have to look at the issues, we confront them as we get along. We address the issues as they come up, we try to improve on it. Like when we talked about clearing the waterways, removing water hyacinth, removing wrecks and what have you. These are ongoing processes that we'll continue to do on a daily basis.
The chairperson, Board of Directors, NIWA, Senator Binta Masi Garba, however, acknowledged the challenges but expressed the board's confidence towards addressing them.
One key area that is consuming Nigeria is the issue of unemployment, and if our waterways are opened and is navigatable, then definitely more of our youth will be employed, and the issue of insecurity would definitely be reduced.
As the board members rise, it is expected that they will continue to brainstorm on the way forward to enable NIWA achieve its mandate to Nigerians. In Lokoja, Solomon Ayedehin, NTA News.
At the Blue Leaders High-Level Side event on the margins of the United Nations Ocean Conference in Lisbon, Portugal, Minister of State Environment Sharon Ikazo says Nigeria is leading ECOWAS member states in the campaign for protecting 30% of the ocean by 2030. She says in the spirit of sustainable ocean management, Nigeria has created 2 marine protected areas, formulated national policy on plastic pollution to address the menace of marine plastic pollution from land-based sources and activities, and established the national roadmap on solids and plastic waste management in the country. In mainstream ocean into the economy, Nigeria set a Vision 2050 and medium-term development plan, with the ocean being an integral part of it. As part of Nigeria's plan to realize its blue economic potential, the nation constituted a presidential committee on sustainable blue economy charged with the responsibility of providing an assessment of the current realities of opportunities and challenges for economic diversification and growth of a sustainable blue economy in Nigeria. Blue Leaders was born out of the desire by some leaders of the world to reduce emission and promote the resilience of the ocean in the face of the climate crisis. Nigeria is maintaining strategic leadership role and support to West Africa for enhanced stability, good governance, and improved security. At the 48th Ordinary Session of ECOWAS Ministerial Mediation and Security Council meeting in Accra, Ghana, Nigeria reiterates commitment to consistent integration among member nations. Foreign Desk Correspondent Usman Aliu reports from Accra, Ghana.
In the heart of Accra, the Ghanaian capital, ECOWAS chairman and president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo's message delivered by his foreign affairs minister and the one presented by president of ECOWAS Commission, Jean-Claude Cassibro, provided the tonic for their convergence. It is one of the major engagements on stabilization policies of the ECOWAS to return countries within the sub-region that have their democracies truncated back on the track. With this commitment, the West African power bloc is dousing a risk of deepening divide between authoritarianism and democratization in a region whose governments for years have been quite unified in insisting on democratic rule. So the engagement is going to review progress made on mediation efforts. The other most important subject for deliberation is the issue of security. ECOWAS is concerned with terrorism affecting the region and is looking at that deeply with a view to defeating it.
These attacks, which were known to have been limited to Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger and Nigeria, are now extending to some extent to countries such as Benin and Togo. So clearly there is a need for us to pool resources to ensure that we fight this menace collectively.
Since the first coup that occurred in Mali, we had about 11 number of ECOWAS extraordinary meetings. And during that time, the head of state twice gave directive to the president of the commission to review the ECOWAS protocol on good governance and democracy. And part of the review was to ensure that they introduced the issue of term limit.
This is on our package tonight. Before we go, let's take a quick look at some of this report that makes the headlines. The state governor, Benayade, has called for an improved data management system in the health sector for optimized service delivery in the state. The Nigerian Navy has reiterated its commitment to stem illegal business transactions on the waterways across the country. It was also in the news that stakeholders in the tourism sector are on a roundtable in Calabar strategizing to reposition the cross-river state tourism through industry connectivity. From me is good night.